All right. Okay, so I'm going to, so what I'll do then is I will, I'm not going to start recording until after I stop speaking and mute my mic. So what
Sounds
you
good.
can do then to make sure you're on, you've got control, because right now I do, is I'll say, okay, 1, 2, 3, rolling. And you can just say, hello, wait a couple seconds, and then start going, okay?
Okay.
Makes sense? So I'll go 1, 2, 3, rolling. You can just say hello, wait,
Okay.
then start, okay? Okay, all right, so I'm turning off my, so I'll, so when I say rolling, I'm gonna mute and then start recording, okay?
Sounds good.
So here we go. 1, 2, 3, rolling.
Hello. Okay. Oh, I can't screen share.
All right, yes, that's a good thing. We should have checked that. Okay, so how do I oh, I do screen share, all panelists. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And it's just as well because I had hit record once, but then I had,
Okay.
so there.
Oh, okay.
Good
Okay,
test.
perfect. Good test. Good test.
Nothing got recorded. We'll
Okay.
try the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, roll.
Hello. All right. Hi, everybody. Oh. Hi, everybody. My name is Tyler Takeshi Wallace, and I am a grade 12 STEM student. Next year, I'll be going to Langara College to study general sciences with hopes of going into environmental sciences in the future. And I've been in the STEM program for 5 years now, and last year I got the incredible opportunity to be one of the 2 first ever high school aged interns to work at SAP. Now, for those of you who don't know, SAP is a software development company that specializes in their business operations, customer relations, and enterprise resource planning software. Basically, SAP creates software that makes business management more efficient. SAP is also the beloved sponsor of the STEM program here at Templeton. And for years, they've been providing us with meaningful support and funding to, alongside their mentorship program, which brings SAP mentors into STEM classes to teach students all about 21st century skills, which is what I'm going to be doing today as well. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about my internship and the work I did last summer. As I mentioned, I was one of the 2 first high school aged interns at SAP, the other being Danielle Pebres, who is another STEM student at Templeton as well. And this was the first time any high school student had been brought to SAP. And it was only possible because of the relationship that STEM and SAP share, which was really cool to be a part of. The 2 of us were put into the SAP Vancouver office in Yaletown. And in that office, we were put on the cloud engineering platform. It's a team, and on that team, there was a team lead who acted as a mentor for us, who really helped us gain our footing at the beginning and throughout the internship, really helped us on our project and gave us a great taste of what a real office working environment was like, which was obviously something that neither of us had ever experienced before at 16 years old. We also worked very closely with SAP IXP, or their Internship Experience Project, which is a mentorship program that brings interns from different SAP offices around North America into weekly phone calls with other SAP mentors who teach us all about 21st century skills and how to apply them in the real world. Not only was this a great chance for us to learn a lot of 21st century skills from the mentors, it was also a great chance for us to get some advice and words of wisdom from the other interns, because they were a couple years older than us in college or university and really were in similar boats as us, because they were trying to figure out what they wanted and trying to figure out how to get there. So it was a great learning experience there. On top of that, we also worked on a project at the Vancouver office called the Employee Engagement Project, which saw us developing a system to measure the effectiveness of events that were held at SAP Vancouver. It was a lot of work related to survey building and data analysis and spreadsheet work, which was great as well. And it was overall a fun and unique project and a great experience. So I've used the term 21st century skill a couple times in the presentation, but I think it's about time I go into depth about what they really mean. So by definition, a 21st century skill, also known as a soft skill, are skills or core competencies that are believed to be required to do well in the working world today. There's a lot of 21st century skills are out there. The most common are known as the 4 Cs: collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. There's other ones like being able to organize yourself and plan ahead for things, and a lot of others. And I personally believe that these 21st century skills are more important than what are known as hard skills, or skills that are related to your field of work, whether that's physics or computer science or business or whatever it may be. And I'm going to use myself as an example as to why I think that. I've been in the STEM program for 5 years. As I'm sure many of you know by now, the STEM program is a program that is project-based learning, which brings students together into groups to solve problems and projects related to the 4 STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and math. What not everybody knows, though, is that while these students are working together in groups and solving problems related to the 4 STEM fields, they also learn a lot of these 21st century skills along the way, like collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration, alongside so many more. And that's what I sort of realized when I was asked to go work at SAP for the summer, because I knew that I didn't have any of the hard skills that I would need to work there, like experience with data analysis or spreadsheets or survey building, because I was 16 years old at the time and I just hadn't gotten there yet. So I knew that I was going to have to transfer these skills that I'd gotten from STEM to SAP. And it really made the transfer from student to intern a lot easier and more smooth. During the beginning of the internship, I was really surprised to find that SAP wasn't just an office that was 3 floors full of hundreds of office cubicles and people typing away on computers all day. Of course, there was a bit of that because it's a software development company, but it was also very surprising to find that there was probably around 100 different workspaces and meeting rooms around the office that were all varying in size and materials available. Like there were rooms with smartboards or whiteboards, and even ones with walls that you could write on, and that was really fun to work with. But the purpose of these rooms were so that employees could come together, work in groups, and solve problems and plan ahead for their projects. Now that may sound familiar because STEM trains students to do exactly that. So it was really great being able to apply the skills that I had learned in STEM during the beginning phases of our planning stages at the project, on the project at the office, like being able to use skills in critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, planning, so much more. And it really showed me that STEM is important and really helped get at the beginning of the internship. Of course, throughout the internship, I learned a lot of the hard skills that I mentioned before, but it was really the soft skills that really showed me that they're important, because these skills that I've learned in STEM and now at SAP are going to be applicable no matter where I end up, whether that's as a student in a learning environment or as an employee in a working environment. So to conclude, I want to say that these 21st century skills are definitely necessary to go into the working world of today. But unfortunately, they're not taught in all high school courses, with STEM being a major exception. Of course, this is just for me personally, but I didn't learn a whole lot of critical thinking or collaboration skills sitting around in English class, say. But it was the mentorships that really showed me what I needed to do to learn and find out what I needed to do to succeed in the working world of today. And I think that's really valuable. I also think it's a good representation of the STEM motto, to fail fast and fail forward, because I'm not a perfect straight A student, and I never was, but I'm a hard worker who's willing to get out of their comfort zone, someone who's ready to fall down and get back up again to learn something new. And I really think that's what STEM's all about: being able to recognize your failures and learn from them, reflect on them, and then applying those learnings to whatever situation you're thrown into next. When you repeat that cycle a lot, you find out that you've learned a lot of applicable skills that can be transferred pretty much anywhere. So to answer the question that is asked so many times in high schools everywhere, when am I ever going to use this skill? I've found myself asking this question a couple times throughout my high school career, but never while in STEM, because I know that these skills are transferable. So they're going to work out wherever I end up, even if it doesn't mean working in a STEM field. Because honestly, I don't know where I'm going to be in 5, 10, 15 years, but I know that I'm going to be able to apply the skills that I obtained during the mentorship from STEM and SAP for the rest of my working life, no matter where I end up. No matter where I end up. Oh no. Yeah, okay. These skills are more important to students now than ever before. They not only set up students for successful learning, but they set them up for successful work lives in a world that is constantly changing and requires constant learning. Because believe it or not, we're living in the 21st century, and it's different than the last one. The world of today is constantly changing, with new technologies, sciences, trades, and industries being developed and redeveloped every year. It only makes sense to train students to be able to deal with that change and adapt to it and learn from it. In life, we're not always given control of the steering wheel. Take this curveball that we've been thrown in 2020. Nobody could have seen this pandemic coming, but as a society, we've come together and adapted and learned something new from each other. These are the skills that are not only going to be required today, but they're the skills that we're going to need tomorrow when everything is completely different and for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Sorry, I kind of choked up at the end.
No worries. Now let me actually, I'm going